So the other day, I made a video appealing to the Republican members of Congress to impeach Trump. And I did it in part because it's venting. I mean, it's not as if I think anybody's going to see it, right? And I did it in part because I want to be a patriot anyway. I don't know that I am one, but I would like to be one. When I was growing up, my family made a big deal out of the fact that we are Mayflower descendants. And that was a frequent topic of conversation in my home growing up. And my mother was a member of the DAR, Daughters of American Revolution. And I was watching the American Revolution, and I was thinking to myself, the founders pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor for the country. And I was thinking, would I pledge my life, my fortune, and my sacred honor to the country? And the answer is yes, I would. I certainly would, but not to Trump's country. I mean, I've been a Republican my whole life, but I'm what you would call a rhino. I'm a never Trumper for sure. And I don't really understand how the Republican Party got behind Trump. I mean, I joined the Republican Party when I was a sophomore in high school because I thought the core value of the Republican Party was to give as much freedom and power to each citizen as possible while, maintaining a civil society. And I mean, Republicans were, formed as an anti-slavery party. I mean, to me, the core of the Republican Party has always been freedom of the individual. And I mean, the MAGA movement seems to be the opposite of that. I mean, they want to control everything and everybody, right? And I don't really get that. Also, I always thought Republicans were gentlemen, people who thought honor was extremely important and would try to live honorable lives. I thought of Republicans as gentlemen, good manners, gentlemen, and generally as the more wealthy and successful. It made sense to me, the sort of idea that as people grew older and better off, they were more likely to be Republican. I mean, it just seemed logical to me because you were successful, and so you didn't want to have people interfere with you. Um, so I always thought that the core values in the Republican Party were about individual freedom. And I made a video to the 273 Republican members of Congress appealing to them because I mean, they're in incredibly responsible positions. They're intelligent people. Most of them went to much better schools than I went to. And they took an oath to the Constitution of the United States. And Trump has done, in my personal opinion, at least 6 different things, each of which is impeachable. Right now, I tend to include January 6th in that list because, I mean, if it weren't for Mitch McConnell, Trump would have been found guilty of the January 6th insurrection. I mean, my God, that is by far the most obviously impeachable offense one can imagine, right? I mean, anyway, I was appealing to the Republicans because you took an oath to the Constitution. You're intelligent, thinking, responsible people. How can you let this happen, especially as a Republican? How can you let this happen? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I know you're going to do it again. You're going to do something even worse. I know. Because, I mean, you guys all endorsed and still continue to endorse, Kennedy as responsible for America's health systems. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, look, all of you right now are managers, right? I mean, you have staff you manage. I mean, if you know Anybody, or if you have a lot of management experience, if you were evaluating managers and a manager told you that the determining criteria they were going to use to hire people to run important areas of their business, and the criteria they were going to use, and the only criteria was going to be loyalty, would you trust that manager? I mean, come on. Isn't that by definition show you that they're an incompetent manager? I mean, you pick people to run serious areas of your business based on their ability to do so, or your guess about their ability to do so, because they haven't done it yet. But obviously, you want people who you believe are going to do a good job. Well, that's not what Trump's cabinet is made out of. So, and hey, Republicans in Congress, 273 of you, 220 in the House and 53 in the Senate. You're okay with that. How can you be Republican and okay with that? How can you be Republican and think what Trump is doing in Ukraine is okay? I mean, it's like you never heard of Neville Chamberlain. I mean, and Chamberlain, didn't give Hitler territory that Hitler hadn't taken. But Trump is. Trump is giving Putin territory that he hasn't even won yet. I mean, it's amazing. It's just amazing. And if the international borders are not sacrosanct, then what kind of world are we going to be living in? I mean, wasn't that the Neville Chamberlain lesson? I mean, borders, every country in the world has to help every other country in the world keep its borders sacrosanct. I mean, you can't take territory by invading another country and expect there not to be chaos and, crazy world order. I mean, you can't do that. You can't do that. Uh, you know, anyway, I think that's impeachable. I think blowing up the boats is impeachable. I think not executing the plans and programs that the Congress has passed is impeachable. I mean, the executive government is responsible for executing the stuff that Congress comes up with. I mean, that's the structure of our government. And if the guy running the government doesn't honor that, he should be impeached. The emolument stuff, come on, he should be impeached for that. We have official representatives of our federal government wearing masks, picking up people off the street based on some sort of observational criteria and deporting them and sometimes putting them in jail in foreign countries. And that's okay with you Republicans. How could that be okay with you Republicans? I don't get it. How can that be all right? So I really have already made that video, and I just kind of reprised it there a little bit. But I want to talk about what it means to me to be a Republican. I guess I sort of started that. I think it means that you believe that as much freedom as possible should be given to each citizen. I think that's what the founders intended when they formed this amazing government. They obviously were making it in opposition to what Trump is doing. I mean, we were, ending our relationship with a king, and the founders were worried about a Trump-like character, and it was supposed to be Congress that was supposed to be the saving grace here, and but for the Republicans, it would be. So, I mean, it's really the Republicans in Congress who should be impeached. They are the ones who are failing to execute their responsibilities after having taken an oath to the Constitution. They still are doing nothing. And why? Because the only thing they care about is being elected. And they're terrified that if they actually said, hey, wait a minute, that's not exactly what we signed up for, they'll be primaried and out of a job because 77 million people voted for Trump. And I think if he ran today, I think he'd be elected again. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. How can any of this be okay? How can anybody think tariffs are reasonable? It's not a reasonable thing. I mean, this guy's judgment is terrible. I mean, how can you know anything about the history of post World War II world and not be an avid NATO fan? I mean, what is this guy doing? You know, at every turn, at least in my mind, at every turn, he demonstrates incompetence. And certainly the agencies of the government are being run by incompetent people. I mean, you know, look at Kennedy. We have measles again in the United States. We have measles. Kids are going to die from measles again in the United States in the 2025 era. I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's okay. 273 Republicans. How many Republicans would it take to stop this nonsense? 4, 5? And we have 273 of you. And none of you, I mean, I'm sure that, I mean, I hear that you say things when not in public, and that you whisper things not in public. Well, stop whispering, do something. I mean, represent the people of the United States, please, like we elected you to do, and do what the Constitution, do what you took an oath to do. Protect the Constitution. Help us out here, huh? Please. That's my plea to the Republican members of Congress. And I also would like to bring back the Republican Party, to have the core values that I believe we used to have, which was optimizing individual freedom. I mean, I get it that you could sort of say, okay, that meant they were a small government party, but it's kind of a loose idea. To me, I mean, okay, so you can sort of justify that, okay, maximizing individual freedom means avoiding government interference, so a small government seems better than a big government. And it's kind of a loose thing, right? I mean, really, a government can also help preserve your individual freedom, right? It's not really the size of the government that determines whether or not it's augmenting individual freedom or restricting it, right? It's the intent and the acts of the government that matter, right? Not its size. So anyway, I have deep regret that my Republican Party has become something unrecognizable to me. And I'm going to continue. I've always been very proud to be an American and to be a Republican. In fact, I kind of equated those two things. You know, it seemed to me Republicans were pro-America, you know, that we were all about free enterprise and, you know, now it's like globalization is a bad thing. Hey, listen, I benefited. I mean, I have certainly lived the American dream, no question about that. And you know, I was. It's not. That's not my merit that made that happen. Even though I was a champion of everything on merit when I was growing up, because of course I was being given everything. I mean, I'm a WASP. I was a upper middle class WASP. So you know, I thought everything should be based on merit because I was getting everything and I was pretending it was all my merit. And it wasn't. So anyway, I would like the Republican Party to get back to its core values. I think they're meaningful. And I think you can live your life honorably upholding those core values. And you can't live your life honorably. I think Trump is not living his life honorably. And I think it's a terrible example. And I think he demonstrates horrible judgment every day. So, I mean, how can you think tariffs are a good idea? It means you don't understand the global market. You don't understand how international trade benefits every participant. I mean, I've heard Trump say many times that if you have a trade deficit with a country, that country's ripping you off. That's a crazy idea. I mean, the reason we have trade imbalances with countries is because we're rich and they're poor. We can afford to buy all kinds of their stuff, maybe even all of their stuff, and they can't afford to buy crap from us because they're poor and we're rich. That's what a trade deficit means. It means we buy more stuff from them than they buy from us. And since we're the United States of America, that's true for almost every country, okay? Because we're rich and we're a consumer society. And it's been wonderful for our prosperity, our individual prosperity, certainly for mine. So, and in general, I mean, people may not have been feeling like they were doing well, but all the data says that you were. I mean, I don't want to be Trump and say, who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes, But yeah, gas is not $1.99, Donald. you know, Inflation isn't going down. And the reason it's not, Powell says, and I believe it's absolutely true, is because of your tariffs. Inflation is down somewhere around 2% core inflation. It's the tariffs that add that other 1%. So, I mean, tariffs are ridiculous. But I do think you're in a position to negotiate zero tariffs for American goods and American services because of all the tariffs you've put on everybody. So I would encourage you to do that. It's the opposite of what you want to do, but make zero tariffs for U.S. goods and services, and you will have done a good thing. All right, so Republican Congress, shape up.